You're live. Good afternoon to one and all. Let's get started. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. If you haven't yet pressed the like button, please do so now so that more people can get the notification, more people can come on. This is actually every single thing that I can remember that CXC tests on when it comes to sets. The different techniques, the different themes, the different topics. I will explain everything in this video, what you can look out for in the multiple choice. And by the way, this is the only way CXC tests for sets right now in multiple choice. So I'll explain all the topics, all the different techniques in this video. So you can just skip ahead to when I start on the questions. I suggest do the necessary introductions and things here. Checking out the live chat. Ren made it first, just ahead of you, Jared. Avant, Brian Lubin, Golden Ned, Shane, Jack, Nicholson, Stephanie, Jordan, Antonio, Charles, Cassidy. What's up, buddies? Swagman, Princess, Trinidadian Princess, Emmanuel. Blessings, shout out, everything to everybody. After 36 yesterday, I give up. Right, we do have 36 questions today. We have a little less than 20, so the live should take between half an hour to an hour. It depends on how fast we go. I can't really predict it right now. But this is everything you need to know for sets for CXC, right? Zan was playing the pen today. Thank the Lord it's still here. So, answer for the first one, D. People in sticking. Everybody know this by now, right? I dedicate a whole video to this topic 2 videos ago. Well, actually 3 videos ago, I talked about this topic. Anytime they give you a set, you count the number of elements and you put it to the power. You put it as the exponent and 2 as the base. 2 to the power of 3 means 2 by 2 by 2. Chavi singing in the background. So that's 8. 8 different types of subsets we can get. That's the rule. Obviously, you could go ahead and try to do it by doing the empty set, then the set with 1 each, then the set with 2 each, A and B. B and A is the same thing, so it's A and B and C. Wait, there's one more. There's A and C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last set that is missing is the set with everybody. 8, right? So these are different kind of arrangement, different subsets that will happen out of this. I put a question like this on my Instagram using the Powerpuff Girls. But some people still have problems with that, so there it is. Now, if it's an empty set, what's the answer for this? 2. Most people saying for 2, B, 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 1A, 1C. The A's and the C's are wrong. Once again, there are 0 numbers inside here, so you're going to put 2 to the power of 0. But 2 to the power of 0 is actually 1. Any number to the power of 0 is actually 1. So the answer is this. There's actually one set arrangement that can happen here, which is that just the empty set. So there's just the empty set. So there's one different subset that can be out of this. This is actually the set. So it's not like a true subset, but it counts as well still. And let's go on. So in this video, we're going through all the different types of questions that you can get for your CSEC exams. This is based on my decade and a half of experience of what comes, what they like to test on. These are original questions. That is not for you. That's for the CXC spy to hear that. Oh, not enough likes on the video. I don't know if I seen the wrong thing here. I seen 24 viewers and 4 likes. That had to be the wrong thing. Had to be the wrong thing. Otherwise, something wrong with the notification. Alright, on my phone it's saying, what the hell is this by an ad? We supposed to add on Matt's videos by skip ad. Alright, so 52 likes, 130 people watching. Alright, cool. I can do better than that, eh? Don't forget your lessons fee is actually just pressing the like and subscribe and share it. You have to share at least once or twice for the season. If P is equal to that, then the number of subsets, pay the fee is easy. Right, if you me telling them to pay the fees. Right. So if P is equal to that, then the number of subsets is not 1. Like this is like trick questions that they can bring outside the box. I never see them try to trick you like with this, but it is there, it is open. It is open for a teacher, whoever writing of the paper, to bring something a little outside the box. Because I guess most people will pick 1 in this. Even people who understand subsets might still say 1, but there's actually 2. Because it's 2 to the power of 1. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. And the 2 subsets that we can get is the empty set. And look at them. Curly brackets is not of a maths teacher. Alright, so these are the 2 sets you can get. So that is, the answer is C. Why does it have an E though? Let me go and take off that E there. No, you're not going to get no E for CXC. I was real excited here, but playing an E, boy. Sets. No E, brother. So the reason I'm fixing it one time is because remember I'm going to compile all these questions and put in a nice little ebook or book for you all to just get right before exams and just place it the week also before exams, run through the entire set of questions and all the topics and kill off the maths. So if the universal set U is this and H is that, then everything outside of H, this is called H complement. Everything outside of H. So don't include the QRS. For C, everybody saying C, nobody had problems with that. Anybody who didn't say anything probably did. No, now you know. So like in sets, when they have, alright. So like if this is, I'm drawing things behind my back here because I didn't have the preview open here. Alright, so I could go up here. So if I have a set here, like if I have a universal set here, right, and I call this universal set relationships, and I put U here. Let me just put one set. I put U, and I put what? Your people them now, your bird. Your birdie. That bird ain't coming out so good, but I should get the bird wings. That bird looking like a chick. Yeah, because it's a chick. Alright, so like you and your bird there, right? You and your bird. And a side, what do you go for side? Fries, right? Fries. So now you can never forget this. That's fries, right? Fries. Right, so that is fries there. You can get a little smaller. Don't make the fries bigger than the bird. So that is side. So what we're saying is relationships, and this is like correct relationships here. So if you have C complement outside of the correct relationship or the true relationship, you have the side. So this complement here stands for outside, right? The complement, when you see the sign, they call that complement, or in some weird cases, prime. So that means everything outside. So H complement would mean don't talk about Q, R, or S. So Q, R, and S out. So just P, T, and U. C is the correct answer. Everybody understand that fully. Artist of the year. Don't know. Next time, draw a V for the bird. The V bird. Right. Wait. Let me go on to the next question. Reach number 5 and it's about 15 questions. So, like sets in your exam may be about what? 5 questions max. About 5 questions max. I think I used to know how much questions it is. I think I have that somewhere. So, after yesterday class and today class, you basically have 15 questions in your exam down lock and barrel, lock and whatever. Let me just refresh this day so I can see if I'm paying all your fees and whatnot. Which of the Venn diagrams below is the region? Let me get the answer for number 5. So this introduces a new little concept here. This is called the intersection. Yeah, so keep maths, meaning pure maths. I will be touching that sooner or later. so we need to talk. Okay. Okay. Well, talk. Alright, so this is intersection, right? Intersection. It means when you think intersection, my mind is immediately go to this little centerpiece here, right? That's what I mean, right? But they will try to trick you with that. Because when you think intersection, you think the centerpiece all the time. Intersection just means where the two of them overlap. Where the two of them overlap. There's a good example for this, right? Intersection, right? It's like if you have African descent and you have Indian descent, you will have all right. Let's say we have Frank inside here, and we have I don't know, Ravi inside here. No, I'm not insinuating anything between Frank and Ravi. Please. I'm just saying that, like, I mean, we could have other people inside here too, right? Like Sarah and, you know, Shana, or I don't know, something, right? Shania or something, right? You could have different names inside here. But if you have a name inside here, it means that you're a Douglas, right? You mix. Because you incorporating both aspects of the sets. That's intersection. Now, intersection means that overlap. But it doesn't always mean that it's going to be the center. It doesn't always mean that it's going to be the center of every subset you see. And this question will help prove that. So I've seen some C's, I've seen some B's, and some D's. So you have some mixed answers here. Everything outside of P intersect everything in Q. Everything outside of P. So let me just get a blank diagram. Remember, some people understand it immediately, but I just taking a little time to explain the whole topic one time. Everything outside of P, big man, stop blowing that whistle. Alright, so that have any whistle from some birthday party or something. When all you have all your birthday parties and all your children and things sometime 10, 15 years in the future, stop giving the children noisemakers and things to go home with now, please. So PQ, if you're buying a present, the present mustn't make no noise. Present mustn't make no, like it has some kind of train thing that over and over and over. No. P and Q, the live is not clear, blurry. That's a U problem. And all over, we get this problem because a lot of people online and live streaming do not. So I feel like we get a little problem in the region. Because I never used to get this kind of blur thing all the time. P, Q, U. And they say everything outside of P. So I'm going to shade everything outside of P in yellow. Everything outside of P. Getting shade in yellow. Nice. Well, yeah. Learn to shade between the lines. So that's everything outside of P. So we did this part, right? And Q. Everything in Q. So everything in Q is going to get shade in red. Q is this. Now you're seeing the overlap. Let me use a different color. Let me use like green. Let me use like purple. Purple and thing. You see the overlap? There's an overlap right here. That the intersection means the overlap, where both of them are occurring. So that answer is C. This is where P, everything outside of P, because this is outside of P, you can replace this word in logic, like in computers, you can replace this word with and, or when you're going to pure maths and things. So this is everything outside of P and in Q at the same time. So you have to be outside of P and in Q at the same time. So the answer could only be C, because this is outside of P and at the same time in Q. Why is in the chat if you understand that? No noise, that just keep the chair happy. No. Buy them cars and pullback cars and them kind of thing. Alphabet, buy them the alphabet. Buy them things they like that don't make noise. Oh, Timothy Weeks, where's he going? Somebody said they had to speak to me just now. What was that? Who was that person who said that way? The chat kind of Pooh saying not here. Alright. Okay. Pooh I can't forget that name now. Alright, Hamilton, take a little walk out there. so your messages wouldn't show up. Alright, so answer is that. Let's get the next question on the road. The road is in front of us. Number 6. So make sure you're soaking that question. Now you can get intersection, you can get union, and different things can play around there. We can play lots of naughty games with that question. Anyhow, answer this one. What is the region shaded in the diagram below? Yeah, somebody is writing some routings. Now, YouTube is a block anytime you try to write routings, but I just blocked the person one time. Like up the live, yeah, all of those stick. 170 viewers. And so what I'll do is create a playlist with all of these videos, so you can just come back and check it through. So intersection indicates everything that overlaps. So like if just now it was a little tricky because it was naturally the center. They wanted everything outside of that plus in here, so you ended up with that. This union thing here means like or. This intersection thing here means like and or intersect and. So or means either or. Anything goes, right? Anything goes. So some people saying B and some people saying C. We have a big disagreement taking place here. B or C. B or C. Let's see which one is correct. What is the region shaded in the diagram below? The answer is C. Because when I look, I just see B empty now, boy. The whole will be empty and everything outside will be shaded. So what we just talk about is complement. This means everything outside of B. So that's the answer right there. This is saying A and everything. This is also correct. A and everything outside of B. So I can have two correct answers. So even people who said B, all was correct too. A and everything outside of B. Let's change that and intersect. What number was this? 6. Yeah, that's supposed to be an intersect. And the one on top is supposed to be the union. Because this here would also be correct, because if you say A union everything outside of B, that means everything in A. Oh no, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong as it is right now. This is wrong as it is right now, because you know I have this little piece here. Sorry, I didn't watch that good. So it was good. I could leave it just so, because it will have this piece A. Because alright, let me watch it. Let me watch it critically. A union everything. So maybe this question could be the question I put on the Instagram. And everything outside of B. Everything outside of B is all of that. Now it's not overlap, it's union. So if by putting the overlap, I make it correct. So change that back, bro. This means that I have this little extra piece inside here and I don't want that because that's not shaded. So this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. So hard luck people who say B. Fire for you. The answer is C. Uncle Springs, you tie in my brain. Uncle in focusing. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Two correct answers. No, it wasn't two correct answers. It was just C. Right, yeah, so everybody understand? Why is in the chat if you understand? Let me see how the ratio going. Because normally if I do something like this, people could get tapped. So let me just see. Why is in the chat if you understand why the answer is B? What is shaded here is everything outside of B. There's a little delay in the chat, so like it takes about 10 to 15 seconds before I see what you write. Now if you're taking like half an hour, if you're taking like 30 seconds or something, you're behind, you're living in the past. Look how thing going and get rejected. Wise. Alright, so we're getting a lot of wise, so everybody clear. Alright, everybody clear. Glad. Nice. So let's get the next question on the way. 2 more questions. Well, not 2 more for the class, but 2 different types of questions here. As I said at the beginning, all these questions is things that could just be watching you in July or August or whenever it is you're doing your exam. Critical and crucial. So let's get the answer for number 7, and then we'll take the answer for number 8. You all seen that? Don't forget to press like, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. If you're new around here, that'll be strange. Answers for number 7. If the universal set U, numbers from 1 to 10 inclusive, what does inclusive mean? That means including 1 and 10. If they put exclusive, don't study the 1 and the 10, just start from 2. And when they say numbers from, if they put it like that dry, you know you're dealing with counting numbers, right? So really, they should be natural numbers, or I should say whole numbers from 1 to 10, or natural numbers, right? So you can train the word whole there. Let's see. All right, Ren says B, C, A. Wow, we're getting different answers here, but C, C, B. Let's throw in the word whole. So it's mainly a battle between the B and the C, an even battle. I'll say half and half between B and C. Let me see who reigning supreme in this one. So the universal set is numbers from 1 to 10. E is even numbers, P is prime numbers, then the number of elements in E and P at the same time. So in other words, we want to find even numbers that are prime numbers and the number of even numbers that are prime numbers. How many even numbers are prime numbers? So people who say in C, in their mind they're thinking 2 is the answer because 2 is an even number that is a prime number, but they didn't ask you for 2. They ask you for how many items are in this set. How many items are in E intersect P? And the answer, there's only one even number that is a prime number. Can I get some emails? when I'm teaching a song, like if I'm preaching, there's only one even number that is a prime number, that is 2. And these little tricks is always be tested in multiple choice. That little 2, 1. If 2 is the only even number that is a prime number, that will always pop up sometime or the other. So the answer is 1, not C, because although yes, 2 is an even number that is a prime number, they're not asking you to list out 2 and whatever else, which is only 2. They're asking how many items are there. So when you see this N and a brackets, it means we want the number of, and that is tested in CSEC. The number of items, you understand? Yeah, all these questions are designed to really test how much you know and if you will fall into pits and traps and them kind of thing. Let's get the answer for 8. So like if I had a set, ignoring 8, right? If I had a set A is equal to vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes forget about Y, yes? So A, E, I, O, U, right? And I ask you what is N, A, don't go and write back A, E, I, O, U. Or don't go and write back no letter there. They're asking you how many items are there in there. In A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you put 5. And sometimes 6 when Y get included, when Y gets shown some love, right? So you understand that? this means the number of items. So don't get tricked with that. What really going on here, boy? Oh, we see a new symbol here. This means this. Or that means the same thing. It stands for empty set, meaning had nothing in it. And everybody saying D, no problem. No problem. So everybody saying D, no problem. Alright, so D, prime numbers, even numbers, odd numbers. Which of the following is an empty set? Well, obviously there are no even numbers that are odd. So odd and even don't mix. That's like the disjoint. There's no intersection there. Yeah, oil and water, right? So that's an empty set. Or even if you have it like this, nothing is going to end up inside there. You cannot think of an odd number that is also even. So that's an empty set. So the answer is D. Nobody get any problem with that. So let me move forward again to number 9. Now number 9, I only do one question like number 9 because it generally only comes like this. But number 9 is the most important, the biggest equation for sets. I don't want to say the most important, but that is like the big boy equation you'll use for your CSEC sets. And we'll have a little talk. Thank God me have a little sense. Explain inclusive and exclusive again. I'm confused. If I say 1 to 10 inclusive, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 10. If I say 1 to 10 exclusive, I mean forget body 1 and 10. 1, start from 2. Another way you would see this being tested, and I have a question like this, so you kind of preempt some questions. If you see this sign, x is less than 9, and x is an integer, belongs to the set of integers, right? It means you have to start from 8, 7, 6. You can't go and put 9 here because it's not including the 9, it's not inclusive. But if I have this, then bam, you could bring back in the 9, right? More on that later. Z stands for integer. If P and Q are two sets where, alright, so people saying D, or no, 9A, not much people saying anything for this. So where you just get that energy. Maths is vibes. Maths is, maths is giving me energy. So, I completely forget the equation for this. But it's okay. Let's discover it back again together. Now I'll use A and B, right? Because like in your formula sheet or something, they might have A or B. So A, B. For this, we're forgetting about the universal set, right? This equation really just governs this A and B thing. So if this is A, this is B, then inside here is A intersect B. So I'm going to use some random numbers to help you visualize this properly, right? This is a quick lesson, like a 4-minute lesson. Pay attention. This is very important. Very important. Give me a number, how much viewers we have and how much likes we have. Check it. You might check with the viewers and likes there because this thing not updating. So I don't really. Alright, I've seen 245 viewers, 173 likes. I'll again, that's the number. So pay attention, people. Maybe I need to go into a little more example with this, right? So let me say B stands for basketball. Alright. I want to use the A and B so bad, boy. A and B. A and B. A stands for, I don't know, athletics or something, and B stands for basketball, right? And let me say I want to use small numbers. 2 students in that. 1 student doing both. And 3 students doing basketball alone. When you put a number here, it means that this is the number of students doing that alone. When you put a number here, it means this is the number of students doing that alone. Now if you put a number in the middle, it means these students are doing it, both of them. Now there's a formula that we can derive from this, because like if they draw a graph, and you don't call this a graph, you call it a Venn diagram, V-E-N-N. If you draw a Venn diagram, most people might figure it out, but when they put it in like just raw words and all them N and this and brackets and things, People just get tired. So there's a little formula that we use to solve this very quickly. And the formula involves the union and it involves the intersect. It says that A intersect B. The number of elements there, how much is that equal to? Alright, 175 likes, 246 views. Nice. We're good. How much elements you have in that? NA union B. And how much we have in A by itself? How much we have in B by itself? Because those are the things we're going to use in the formula. And how much we have in the intersection, the little intersection between A and B. Now let's follow those numbers. In A union B, we have all of them there. So we have 2 plus 1 plus 3, that's 6. In A by itself, we don't have 2 people. We don't have 2 in A. How much do we have in A? We have 2 plus 1. We have 3 there in A. And how much do we have in B? We have 4 in B. And how much do we have in the intersection? 1. So the formula, which I just remembered, the formula, or maybe I remembered it all the time, but I'm just using a little discovery type learning here for you all. The formula says that NA union B is equal to the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersect B. Why isn't it chat if you're feeling that? And let me just use our little numbers to see. So this means in all we have 6. In A we have 3. In B we have 4. Add up that and take away 1 and you will get back 6. So it works. Why does it work? Because if you are saying you're trying to get how much in all, you need to add how much in A and how much in B. But when you add how much in A and how much in B, you know what you do? You end up counting this one twice. You end up saying 2 plus 1 and then you're saying 3 plus 1. So you need to take back out one of this for it to be fair now. So you add this, and you take back out the middle. You take back out one of the middle. And that's how you get the formula. This formula straight out of AdMaths? Yeah. Well, yeah. So this is the formula you need to use like when you have these kind of questions, and you'll be able to solve it very, very, very quickly. So let's just take this formula and see if you can apply it to our question. Now there's a next thing you could do, and I would advise you do it at all times as well, is where you take these and you try and put it in a graph, but there's a little mistake that people make when they do that. So they said the number in this is 16 is equal to, and instead of A and B is really P and Q, P and Q, and P and Q. And what you're trying to find, the number of elements in P is 9, and you're trying to find how much in Q, so we leave that here, minus the intersection is 6. So this is really the number of elements in Q, number of elements in that is 9, minus 6, 3, 13. We're getting 13 now. We're going on with these answers, by. The glitching again. Yeah, again 13. No answer. Well done, Ren. Why I have no answer? Yes, believers. So this 15 here should be 13. That's what we're saying. 13. Yes, it have no answer. She ain't saying it have no answer. Oh yeah, I know that one by heart. First time I hear about this formula. Well, probably COVID-19 take away the chance for you to learn about the formula. So 13. So let me say C is the answer, right? So yes, it's going to be 13. because you'll end up with 9 minus 6 plus nq, 16. 16 is equal to 3 plus n, number of elements in q. In the end, when you bring it across there, you'll get the number of elements in q is equal to 13. So it had no answer in the initial one, which is unfortunate. But oh gosh, we'll get out all the kinks by the time we're ready. If you're in CXE, there's only one situation I remember in CXE, and within the last few years where it had a problem with the answers, and it had 2 correct answers. So just go for the answer that looking the most correct. And there was a next situation where they had the B and the C being the same answer, but it was wrong. The B and the C had the same option, but it was the wrong option anyway, and I think it was in set self. So yeah, look out. But hopefully nothing would be bad in your paper. Alright, so what I wanted to say with this, man, oh yeah, the other way that you can do this, is by drawing out the graph and putting in the individual pieces, like to the puzzle. So this is 6, and the number of elements in P is 9. So like you have P and Q here. But what most people do is put a 9 here, and I send them off. They put a 9 there, and that just send them to the grave one time, because that is not 9. This is the number of elements in P. So this is 6 plus 3. So you have to put 3 there to make it 9. And the number of elements in Q, we're trying to figure out that. But all you need to do is realize you need to go up to 16. Six, 3, 9, yeah, trying to go up to 16. So 9 and 7. Yeah. So you get 7. Why isn't it chat if you understand that? Now 7 is not the answer because 7 is how much in this part alone. So it had like real hurdles you could fall into when you're drawing this. The answer is actually the 6 plus the 7, which will give us back the 13. Which is why the formula might be the cleanest thing to just use for this. So you just use the formula and walk away clean. Or you could use the diagram, but make sure you double check and that everything add up, and that you don't double check or account for something twice and that kind of thing. So the answer is not 7. You understand why the answer? So see people thinking like, oh yeah, 7. No. The answer is still 13. Because you need to add back the 6. They're asking you how many elements are there in Q. Not how many elements are in Q only. Q only means Q by itself, you know, without the intersection. Like how many people study maths only, if Q was like maths. But if it have 2 subjects, how many people study maths will include this number 7 plus the intersection number. Why isn't it chat if you completely understand that? Oh, we've seen some people who don't understand. Go over. Alright, the people say go over. Let me go over. Let me do a subject instead. Let me say English. Now, everybody's doing English and maths. Where's some like choices? Let me use Chem. And we're doing instead of Chem by technical drawing or something, right? Chem and technical drawing. Let me say 5 people studying Chem only, and like this is only, right? And TD only, 4 people studying it. But the TD and Chem, let me say 3 people studying both of them. So when you draw the diagram, you put 5 here, you'll put 3 here, and you'll put 4 there. Like put the Chem on that side, right? TD you go so. C for Chem, this for TD. Everybody understand that. So this is how much people doing both. This is how much people doing Chem only. This is how much people doing TD only. But if a question is asking you the number of people doing TD, technical drawing only, that number of people is not 4. That number of people is actually 7. Because you need to also include how much doing both. Well, you can leave them out because they're doing Chem too. So it's 7. Right? And it's the same thing occurring here. The answer is not 7. The answer is how many people doing, how many in Q as well. So which is why I say in the formula, just a nice clean strategy. Let me just write the formula one more time. Number in P union, ask questions. Don't just say if you don't understand. Ask a specific question. I see, sorry. I understand now. Simone's falling. What part you don't understand, Simone? What part? Number P plus number Q minus number of P intersect Q. So that's the formula. Oh, I check here, right? Well done. Now, the thing with this graph, you could make mistakes. It's really easy to make mistakes, which is why I say just use the formula. For this question, you'll reach where you're going real fast, real safe. And what happened, they'll give you one term. This question is coming in your exam. Between me and you, how much people are on? 200 and something people. Between me and the 200 are earlier. 227. Between me and 227 of y'all, this question is coming for your exam. A question similar to this that you'll have to use this formula. They will most likely give you different parts and you'll have a missing part like in this question and you just substitute on yourself. So I have a doubt. May I ask your doubt? Ask your questions. Every time I look at the chat, I'm going to come back here. So if you do ask a question, yeah, I might miss your question. Just ask a question. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, we're going to see some more examples of like how these intersection and things work and how it can be a little tricky. So sets can be really simple and really tricky at the same time. It will be more than that. No. It'll be just like this. When it's CSEC, really, no one knows. No one really knows. But it's July or August, somewhere around it. But even the timetable that they have out now, I take another pinch of salt until I hear things real full. Notice I really do not updates and it's real news flying about it. The student hub, if you go in the student hub, real thing, all kind of different thing. So most likely it's July. July is the date everybody agree on. But I hear in that Jamaica saying July the 27th or something, but the timetable have dates from way earlier than that, so I don't know. And it's not like Jamaica will do a different exam. I don't know. Answer for 10, some people saying C. Ren says C. Why did you look here? Says C. Tenin says C. I never really understand sets, but I do know. Blessings. Alright, how many students do not study geography? Right. So let me see if we can make this mistake too. Some people might just see the 6 and count all the other numbers 3, 11, and 4 and get 18, which is wrong. Any D's? No D's. Well done. But the geography is actually this 3 and the 6. So it's actually 15, which is C. One person says B. B is 11. Oh, so you forget all this 4. You forget all this person doesn't study geography as well. This person didn't study nothing. This person studying nothing. So let's go on to the next question. How many students are there in the class? That's the next question. Using the same Venn diagram. How many students are there in the class? Let's see if I can just overlay this question here. Hey. Boom. How many students are there in the class? "24" says Ariel. Real background noise. Or you're saying background noise. Sometimes I'll be so zoned out and hearing all the noise in the background. My son is be. I'll tell you background noise is my children. 24, right? So see, you add up all the individual parts. That like the easiest question we do so far. How many students in the class? Let's get the rest. So this is like a repeated question here. So before exams, what I'll do is I'll compile all this. There'll be a little ebook or something like a Gerald sheet where you could go through all the questions, mash up, and like a week or so before exams, we'll come back to maths again, and we'll do all the questions probably in a couple long sessions. So it can just be like a revision again, just to make sure you're sharp and you understand all the topics right before the exam. Let's get the answer for number 12. Nice. I've seen people saying the answer. Guyana is asking for the exams to be done in October, September. Students get more time. Alright, I didn't really see that. People asking for it are real articles in the newspaper now. Teacher union threatening to go to court. Teachers union writing articles. Some of the top students from this channel and all writing articles. I see like 2 articles come out of Guyana. One or 2 articles come out of Trinidad from students as well, writing different things. At the end of the day is CSEC and more so the Minister of Education in the region, the different Minister of Education from the region, have the real clout. Everybody saying D? Right, so easy, right? Number of elements, 5, just put it to the 2 to the power of 5, that's it. Don't go and mix up the sample 5 to the power of 2, eh? I'm sure they'll have the answer waiting for you, whatever number it is. Remember, it's 2, always 2 to the power of how much elements inside it. Next question. This question will be kind of tiny, so those who need glasses, the Zoom squad, all you gotta go up real close to your phone for this question because it's kind of big. Nice lady. This is so simple. Yeah, it is. I am worried because of COVID. Don't worry about things you can't change. Currently, your worry not going to change the price of milk. So why waste your good nice worrying? You're gonna waste your good nice worrying for that, but so answer for 13. When you're putting the answer, put the number, because I see the answers for 12 still coming here. So 13, especially at the beginning, just put 13. C says red, as Leah says C as well. I think in this. What number goes in P intersect E? Prime number, even number, so you're coming back with this again. Oh, they're asking you what number goes in this time. They're not asking you how much. Like, they're not asking you the number of P intersect E. They're asking you what number. So you're actually going to write 2. The number 2 goes in there. So you see. Difference in word. The next question. Oh, yeah, there's 2 more questions. So let me just snap these questions based off of this same diagram. So we understand that P is prime numbers and E is even numbers, right? So I'm just going to shift this up so I can get some space so I can use back the diagram. And I'll put in the other 2 questions at the underneath here. Boom. What is the value of the number of elements in P complement? Now remember they said P was prime numbers. And the set, the universal set, was 1 to 10 inclusive. 1 to 10 inclusive. and E was even numbers. So let's get an answer for 14. And a fifth option in 13. Huh. Sometimes when you're writing and you skip to the next line, they drop an E, and I forget to take out the E. Get rid of the E. So remove the E. Thanks. Got it. Somebody actually say imagine if you walk in that paper and you see up to G and take as answers. Anyhow, you're going to get correct anyhow because you're here blazing it. Alright, what is the value of thing? 14 people saying A, 1 or 2 people said B though. Renice, where's the word? Renice McCain. Some people saying 1 or 2 persons saying 1 person saying D, but a good few people saying B. What is the value of the number P complement? Alright, so let's just fill it in so like we can see it for real. So 2 going in there, the other prime numbers will have to go here, right? 3, 5, and 7. 9 is not a prime number. It's not even either. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 as well. And don't forget 1. 1 is not a prime number. And that's something that's tested in multiple choice. Whether you know if 1 is a prime number or not, that can be tested in a different way. In more than one ways, it can get tested in 9 algebra in different sections. So what's the value of the number of everything outside of P? Outside of P, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And nobody says 6. This is the question for the Instagram then. I'm missing out something here, or am I worried now? Let me just double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Most people leave only 1 maybe. They say 1 to 10 inclusive, eh? Somebody say no answer for 15. 15 no answer. We'll check that just now. So I tell you how bored I am. So 1 person says C. I was right. I did. So 14 is C. So why isn't it chat if you all understand 14? What was the mistake that you all was making in 14? I'm curious to know. What, you all left out the 1? You forget to count the 1? Because a lot of people are saying what? B, some people are saying B, some people are saying A. A, 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the numbers that they count. Probably leave out the 10. I don't know how they get that. I don't know how they get A. No. You want P and everything outside of P, you're counting that up. 15 no answer. Let me check. What is the value of, let's check 15 now. I'm coming back to the chat to find out why you all got it wrong. Probably think 1 is a prime number. You had 1 inside here. Yeah, that could be an option. What is the value of the number of elements in P intersect E? Yeah, this have no answer. Why? I wanted to write intersect there or union. I feel I wanted to write union. Let me see if there's an answer for union. Then these typos, but the more sleep you are, the more typos you make. P union in. How much in P? But you're getting a full understanding of what intersect and union mean, and also what complement, and the little tricks and what you need to watch out for and make sure you don't you mess up yourself, right? So P union E has an answer, and that answer will be what? Let's get the answer. I was adding the number to get the value. Or you add the, okay, alright. We thought it meant P alone. Alright, no, it means everything outside of P. So they get P alone, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that a nice 4 waiting for you there. Nice. This is the Instagram question then this year, so far. 15 is D now, right? So 15 will be D now because 8, you just exclude the 1. And yeah, definitely meant to put this. For real, for real, for real, for real though. I meant to put union here. What is the value of that? So we get that out. Next question. That's the end. One more question to go, people. One more question to go. Why is in the chat if you learn something today? This is all the different techniques that you can get faced with in sets or have been plaguing students for the last decade and a half. Even if they bring new stuff, it'll be on old techniques, very likely. And I cover most of sets and most of the theory behind sets here as well. So you're in a nice place if you understand between 80 to 100% of everything here. So go over the signs. The signs, this sign means intersection. This sign means union. Well, it doesn't look like that, union. So this is like A union B, A intersect B. So this means, I don't want to say it means the thing in the middle, but that's where it comes to mind, right? Sometimes, like in CSEC, sometimes they're not talking about this. They just mean what is, like if they put A prime intersect B, that is actually here. You understand? It just means where there's an overlap. Where there's an overlap. And this means everything. So A union B is everything. So those are the two big major signs. You can replace this word with replace that sign with and replace this with or. It must be in both of them simultaneously. And or means anything. Anything goes. If it's in A or B, so she's shading the whole region. Next sign that we learn is the complement, like A complement. This means outside. Everything outside of A. So this is A mind any business, you're shading everything outside. And next thing that we learn is this, NA stands for how many elements are in A. So like if A was triangle, square, that's a square. Circle, the number of elements in A is 3. Those are the major stuff. This means the set of, you need to always know that this is natural numbers, whole numbers, integer, real numbers, just in case they use, but they'll normally use these. And what's the next thing you need to know? One more thing. I forget. This big equation here, but I wasn't thinking about that. I forget the one more thing that I need to know. If I remember by the end of the class, I'll come back to it. Let's get the answer for 16 though. The answer for 16. Yeah, this is the one more thing that I need to know here, right? So go over the symbol for sets of numbers. Alright, I can't do that right now because this is on sets. So that's number theory, which we do yesterday. So what you need to do is go on that video from yesterday. If you forget something, it's here, you know. Yeah, if you forget something, it's here. So just remember, it's 200 and something people on here, right? I can't stray too much from the thing for one man. How is pronouncing name? I want to say a name, but I don't really know now. Kashi. One little stress from my game instead of CXC, right? C, so people saying C for this one. Right, so the next thing you need to know is like understand these, you call it set notation. And by saying set notation, you know, all it just means is all the symbols and weird things that they use in sets, make sure you understand that. Right? Notation, the nomenclature. Let's pronounce that way. So X nomenclature. I know how to spell it. I'll check out the pronunciation just now. Is this symbol here? We didn't really talk about this. This is a subset of, this symbol means is a subset of. But if you put a line through, it means is a member of the set of whatever. So X is a member of the set of integers, right? So X is a member of the set of integers. So we get out of the way, it's an integer, and in between -3 and 3. This is the last kind of thing that CSEC brings pretty frequent, this technique here. So, but take note that they say it must be greater than -3, meaning do not include -3. So the answer is indeed C, and everybody get that out. It's not D, because D has -3 in it, and this is just madness, because this just miss out the whole set of numbers from here. Now, if they come with a little trickiness now and say X is, I'm trying to select this thing to delete it. If they come now and say X is a member of the set of, where we say, natural numbers, and they go on and put this -3 here, hey, how have that X? So normally let's put the X, the fancy X. Then the answer would have been A, because natural numbers don't start until they reach 1. So you understand? So yeah, but nah, they didn't do that. So we are just going to see that. See, why isn't it chat? I'll learn something now. I'll press on the like, I'll pay, I'll fee. That's everything for sets. The next day we come in with, I know what we come in with now, started already, but I know like my brain shut by. Let me see if I get it. We come in with by clicking on the wrong thing here. Oh, consumer arithmetic. We come in with every single thing ever, consumer arithmetic. So that's a long session. That's a mini marathon session. I might do consumer arithmetic and algebra one time to just knock that off. And that'll be a good bit of questions we have done for the last 7 days. How many of you all are here for this since I'm doing this right through? Hopefully this week. So that'll be today's what? Today's Wednesday, Tuesday. Hopefully by around Sunday, or maybe by the end of next week, so we're done with maths. And we can go into add maths. People begging for add maths out here. We can go into the physics. We can go into the chemistry. I want to make sure and do maths completely. Physics, chemistry, I might just do 80% of it, but we had to get the maths done completely, and you all will be able to buy a nice, cheap, decent, very effective study book for this July 2020 exam, where you get to see all the different styles of multiple choice that we do on a nice little worksheet, so you could just sit down and just tick through them, go through them real fast, practice before your exam, that kind of thing. And also support the channel, so I could buy a new iPad and them kind of thing too. Alright, so blessings. Till we meet tomorrow, every day 5 o'clock. Every day 5 o'clock. How long this take? Why this man has been making noise in my video for, boy? And next one has some kind of iron and beat in the gas tank. Exactly 1 hour. Alright, we're all there for now, boy. Do 100% of add maths. Physics after maths. Nah, add maths first. Add maths and physics. Don't worry. We got touch it. Even for 1 in all subjects. Yeah. Who said that? Even